Hello everyone, my name is Ron Tamburrino. I'm a candidate for 11th District Court of Appeals. I'd like to thank you for the invitation to speak tonight, and I would also like to thank you for your support 2 years ago when I ran for 11th District Court of Appeals judge. We came up a little short, but we're going to do better this time. My wife, Leanne, and I have been married for 22 years. We have 6 children. We live on an operating farm in Trumbull Township in Ashtabula County. The 11th District is comprised of 5 counties: Ashtabula, Lake, Geauga, Portage, and Trumbull. And the court hears appeals from trial courts in all 5 counties. I graduated from the University of Akron's Law School in 1983, and I've been practicing law ever since. I was in the private practice of law for 5 years, then I joined the legal department at the Sherwin-Williams Company, where I worked for the next 26 years, the last 7 years of which I was in charge of all the general litigation and appeals for the entire company. I retired in 2014, and since then I've done private practice. I represent some small businesses. My wife and I also run some small businesses as well as our farm, and I do a lot of work for economically disadvantaged people. Now, I've also got public service experience. I'm a board member of the Northwest Ambulance District, which is an ambulance district in Ashtabula County, and I've been elected to my 3rd term as a township trustee in Ashtabula County. Those experiences, I think, have helped prepare me for the job of being a judge on the Court of Appeals. I believe in a conservative interpretation of the Constitution and enforcement of the rule of law. Now, people ask me, well, you retired, you've got your farm, you and your wife have some businesses. Why are you interested in running for the Court of Appeals? The answer is simple. The 11th District Court of Appeals has an awful reputation as being a court where decisions are slow to get out, where there's political rancor, and other problems. And I think that improving your community is very important, and I have the time, so that's why I'm running for Court of Appeals judge. If elected, I will interpret and apply the Constitution conservatively as the framers intended. I will apply the rule of law fairly and consistently to any person and entity whose case comes before me. I will eliminate the political rancor that has historically plagued the 11th District Court of Appeals. Importantly, I will improve the transparency of court administration for the benefit of the public. In short, I will be a judge for the people. I will not be a judge who serves at the pleasure of lawyers or local or state bar associations or special interests. Now, regarding court administration, there's a substantial improvement that needs to be made, and that improvement relates to transparency of court operations. The court at the 11th District Court of Appeals is your court. How many people know how many judges are on the Court of Appeals? I see a few hands. All of you should know how many judges are on the Court of Appeals. There are 5. One of the reasons you don't know is because the information about the court is not publicized regularly. Now, the use of metrics to evaluate the performance of sitting judges in court operations is possible, but only if the public has ready access to necessary data without being compelled to file public records requests. For example, the following data is not presently available on the 11th District Court of Appeals website. Judges file quarterly reports regarding the progress of their cases and other information that reflects case management and such matters. That information is not on the court's website. The public records portion of data from the court's electronic case management system that can be used by the public for real-time case tracking and analysis of anemic case management by the court is not on the website. The public is entitled to know which, if any, of the sitting judges are timely performing their job responsibilities or not timely performing their job responsibilities. That is important information for you when you go vote. Other information that's not presently on the court's website includes data summaries from which the public could discern the frequency that judges vote together on various cases, when judges oppose each other on various cases, and trends in the voting records of all judges. There are 5 judges on the Court of Appeals. They sit on panels of 3. Some of these data summaries would be helpful for people to track the performance of the judges that they elect. The last thing I think that needs to be improved in terms of transparency is detailed budget items related to all court operations. For example, revenue from all sources, appropriations, all operating expenses, expenses for salaries and benefits for judges and court employees, payments to court-appointed attorneys who may or may not belong to local bar associations, and other court vendors. The limited data now posted on the court's website in response to issues I raised during my 2014 campaign is incomplete and inadequate. Currently, there's a mystifying lack of transparency regarding court operations. When elected, I will make every effort to make the foregoing data readily available to serve the public interest and to help demystify court operations. I'll be back at the table if anyone has any questions. I'd be glad to share any information with you and other information about my campaign. My name is Ron Tamburrino, and I look forward to serving you if elected on November 8th to become a judge of the 11th District Court of Appeals. Thank you.